On 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Oh, yes, we're back on the Morning Crossfire, 99.3 Nigeria Info, 7:34 is the time from our studios. I am Sheriff Quadri. Lagos, how are you? You're stuck in traffic, have you? You're stuck in traffic. Not to worry, just keep it here, okay? And by the way, you can download our mobile app, Nigeria Info FM, on Google Play Store. And we're also there on Apple iOS Store as well. Feel free to go and download it. You see the logo is NI. N for Nigeria, I for info. Once you see it, just download it and enjoy the beauty, the awesomeness of mobile app right there on your app stores, respective app stores. Welcome back to the Crossfire. We started this conversation at 5 a.m. The conversation we're about to have right now. We started at 5 a.m. Cultism on our streets. I told you a story, my personal story, of what I experienced at a bus park somewhere in Lagos the other day. And that is what prompted exactly what we're talking about today. I told you that bus conductors, about 5-6 of them gathered together, and they were discussing how a certain area is known for a certain cult group. The other area cannot go to this area because there are two separate cult groups, young boys under 18 in cult groups. You can call it urban gang or whatever gang you want to call it. Cult is cult. That's what I'm calling it. And it is the way it is. Cultists, our children, our kids. And would rather we put the blame on somebody else. You can blame anybody you want to blame, but the point is you cannot extricate yourself from the mess that we are into. It's a big mess. Every day we talk about banditry in the northern part of the country. We talk about Boko Haram. This is our own evil. We live it every day. We live it. We experience it every day. As parents, as guardians, as custodians of these children, how did we raise them? How did we bring them about? I told you that back in the day, it wasn't that there were jobs everywhere. No. You're a businessman. You're doing a business today. I mean, you tried schooling. It didn't work out. You didn't say that because you couldn't go to school. Then you now turn to being a cultist or an armed robber. I mean, let's face it, we can't do away with those things. They are just part of the society, every society. Evil is part of every society. Yeah, we know that. But there are some avoidable ones. Like your children, our children, joining cults. Some say, they don't have jobs, they don't have this, they don't have that. And you put the blame on the government. Yeah, of course you can do that. It's your prerogative to do that. I'm just saying that it's better to think about these issues, because if we don't think properly, if we don't critically analyze our issues, we might not get to have solutions to them. Because that's why we keep saying the same things over and over and over again, because a lot of the time we live in denial as a people. You say poverty. How come rich kids are joining cults? Aha. I mean, you say poverty. You say lack of jobs. But we have people hawking on the streets. They didn't take to cultism, right? So what else is the excuse here? What is my excuse? What is yours? This is the conversation we're having from now till 8 o'clock. Discussing our own evil. Cultism in our communities. I mean, how can cultism be having domain? I see. How did it get here? That you know that air confraternity will be somewhere else. The Icelanders are you cannot dare go to a particular place. The Black Axe are somewhere you can't go to that area. You can't do this, you can't do that. They blame the politicians for the cultism, but someone gave birth to these kids, right? Right? Oh, so you're gonna exonerate that person, right? All right. 0700 993 993 993. 0700 993 993 993. That is the studio line. At 8 o'clock, we'll be having the part 2 of the conversation that we had yesterday. Tradition, religion, and traditional practices. We'll be speaking with a traditionalist on the show this morning. Someone who knows the nitty-gritty of how monarchs have been crowned as a traditionalist will be joining us on the show this morning. And it's confirmed, by the way. So, you have your morning call out for you today on the Morning Crossfire. Let's go to the phone lines right now and speak with our first caller. Hope is joining us from Fadi. Hope, good morning to you.
Yeah. Good morning, Sheriff.
How are you? I'm doing okay, Hope.
See, we put the blame on parents, not the government. I don't know how some parents will have children. They cannot train their child. You will see some children, child, around 7 in the morning and the night. You see them walking around, playing around in the street. I will ask myself, does these children don't have parents that will control them at this tender age? You see them roaming about, even though in my street, come and see courties. And call myself, does these people don't have parents that will control them? Charity begins at home. Say, train up your child in the way when he grow up, he will never depart from it. So let some parents, they were like, when they have these children, they will leave those child and go to another place to get married and start having another issue. Let that child alone with maybe their grandchild or their grandmother.
Right. Right.
And you believe that tomorrow they will grow up and become somebody you want them to be. That is the child that you will look on them, you cannot control. You understand me, Sherry?
Yes,
you know
I'm with you. I'm with you, Hope. I'm with you.
You will see some parents, some women, they will have 3, 4 husbands. They have children all over those husbands. They will not look after those child. And you want them to be a great children in future. You can't control those children because you let them. Some of them, by luck, they will become great. Some of them, by luck, they will join courses by force because they have no parental care who will train them or look after them.
Right.
Even your grandmother that even finding a way of living. You understand me?
Yes, an old person.
I have 2 children. And it's 6 o'clock, at least 6 o'clock. You will never see me sending my children out to go and buy me sugar. What am I doing? Since 9 years, I don't have husband. I'm being the one training my children. I don't, you see, sometimes when I look children around my street, I will carry cane. Our child is our child because I will never leave them alone. I say, what you could have by this time?
Right.
With annoyance. Because tomorrow they will come and reflect your own child too.
Exactly.
So with that anger in me, I learn how to caution them. Sometimes I will go and meet that parent. Hey, they come on you one now. You know they will over your power. Go here, go. You understand me?
Yes, I do.
So
I
I
do.
put the blame mostly from the parents, from the grassroots.
Thank you so much for talking to me. Bless you too. Thank you, Hope. Let's look at Mofe. Hi, Mofe. Good morning to you.
Sheriff, I've run out of card already, but let me just vote on it.
Yes, please.
This one is the parents. I can't blame the government on this one. Like, I am born and brought up in Ajekule, typical Ajekule in Apapa.
You see?
And we are 4 in number, boys. My mom was the only person that took care of us. But none of us joined any bad gang. So if this one is coming up, the parents are at fault. Because if you really train your child well, that child will go the right way you taught him or her.
Oh, we lost Mofe's call. Mofe, do try and call me back if you can, really, all right? Apologies for that. Mofe was on the line for some time. Mofe, thank you for calling me. I really do appreciate it, okay? I really do. Now, let's bring in our next call, Bosson. is joining us right now. Let's speak with Bosun quickly. Bosun, hi. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Nigerian people.
Good morning, Bosun. Welcome.
Yeah, concerning the case of the cultism and whatever,
Right.
the thing is, the society and the government or your parents people force you to do things against your will, things that are bad, things that, the result is not bad on you.
Right.
But you see the society we live in is so toxic, and the good people tends to be bad later. Imagine finishing with good grades in school and seeing your friends doing bad things, and the society is they're praising them.
They're praising them. Bosun, are you there? Oh, we lost Bosun's call. Bosun, try and call me back, all right? I'm not sure what's going on with the phone lines. But I need to tell you that we're streaming live on YouTube right now. So go to YouTube and drop your comment. Let me know what you think about this conversation we're having. I really want to know if you're a youth, if you're a cultist, you can call me. Yeah, actually. I don't have to know your name if you're afraid of disclosing who you are. Just call me. Let me know exactly what pushed you into it. Did your parent try? Did they try? Or were you pushed into it by condition, situation, your friends? I would really love to get your thought. Kingsley's in the call. Kingsley, good morning to you.
Hello, Sharif.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's quite appalling how we tend to apportion blames on government on everything in this part of the world. The truth is, I grew up in Port Harcourt, and the area I grew up in Port Harcourt, cultism was like a norm. If you went a cultist,
is that deal? Is that deal?
It was no, not deal. But I grew up in Elelimo.
Okay.
So it was like a norm. If you're not a cultist, you're the biggest dollars in town. And the kind of guidance I had then, you dare not say you're trying to blend. You'll be killed. In fact, my uncle was that strict. Apart from being strict, this thing is parental care at times too. We tend to give birth to children we cannot afford to train. So this when you see vulnerable children, it's very, very easy to convince them to do anything. I'm not saying it's only the poor kids, even the rich kids, but the truth is, can you fend for these children? That's just my opinion. It's not necessarily the government. At least if a child is between the age of 10 to 16, it's the parents' duty to do anything to take care of that child. Before you know it, the child is doing a menial job that he or she is not even supposed to do. And from there, anything can happen, Sheriff. This is not the issue or blames to be apportioned to the government. It's parental issue, in my own opinion.
Right. I hear you, Kingsley. Thank you so much for talking to me. I really do appreciate it. And, I mean, listen, like I said, you're free to share your thoughts, to blame anybody you want to blame. I just want us to, this morning, as a people, as a community, because this evil that we are all pretending that is not there is coming for us someday very soon. It's coming. And we all pretend that it's not there because our kids are involved. Let me speak with Bola. Hi, Bola. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Sheriff.
Good morning.
Yeah, how are you, sir?
I'm doing very well.
Yeah, thanks for the good job you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, concerning what you're saying, I happen to be in a situation where one of my cousins was actually in this mess. I was the one that trained him, right from the childbirth. He happened to be my younger sister's son.
Okay.
So his father impregnated my younger sister, and I asked my mom to release her to the mother of the boy.
Okay.
The mother of the boy accepted this and said, okay, she doesn't have anything to take care of the mother and the child, that she accepted it, but we should take care of him in our place. My mother begged me, and I accepted. and we started to, take care of this boy. I am the kind of person I don't normally stay at home.
Okay.
I go out. So when this boy started growing up, little by little, all these grandmom, attitude now that the first my daughter's son now, grandchild. So she doesn't want me to know most things. When guys start growing up, when they go to school, he will pick something in school. They'll come and report him at home. He doesn't want to. He don't want to tell me. When I got home, it is my younger sister that will tell me secretly that this boy did something in school today. They come to report him or this that. So I'll go and ask my mom. My mom will say, no. It's not like that. It's this. It's that. That was how the thing started. She was covering him till the boy now became grown up. Now my mother is no more alive.
Oh.
And the thing has, gotten out of hand.
It's beyond control now.
I'm telling you, I mean, quite a number of times I arrested him myself. I took him to the police station. There was the time I invited some soldiers just to take him to the bank, just to instill fear in him that maybe he can change. No, he didn't change. So it got to a time I chased him out of the house. Later on, people were coming to meet me. This is this boy's house in the wild. I mean, out there and all that. Do you know what I sense about these things? These people that nurture these guys outside,
right?
What they tell them is they try to turn their back to the parents. They try to let them know that those people, they are your enemy. That they don't want they don't want freedom for you. Now, when you are out here, you are free. You can do anything you like. But when you are under them, they tend to shield you out from your freedom. They enslave you.
Right.
That is what we used to tell them. And it is mind-boggling. Thank God you are bringing up this the conversation today. Please, if there is any way we can make this conversation a daily routine that maybe, I don't know how you guys can do it because I know your time is money for you, but if there is a way we can do it, that maybe twice in a week, we make it a discussion, or every week.
Yes.
It can be because these people, they are our future. But every time I get out the street and I see the way these people are just moving about, it is not only cultists alone. There are some gangs that are Agbero. Some of them are not cultists, but they are just on the street.
Just touts.
They are just on the street.
Gangs.
But they are just ordinary gangs. I'm talking about teenagers. 15, 16, 17 years.
I know.
Okay?
I know.
And there are some that they are Yahoo boys and all this. There are different gangs like that. In my area, is dominated by all these.
What area is this?
Ojo.
Oh, Ojo. Bola, thank you so much for talking to me. I really appreciate it. 7:52 is the time from our studios this morning. We're gonna go to Facebook before we come back to the phone lines. All right. I've got some comments that have come in on our Facebook live stream. We're streaming live on YouTube as well. So go to YouTube. Let me know what you think as well. I'm coming there in a moment. Ismail Olabayo on Facebook says, you see, this issue that you brought up this morning was what me and my brother discussed last night. We talk about a guy who cannot come back to his parents' house again because of his cultism. He killed someone belonging to another gang, and they want to kill him. If you see the mother of this guy in question, God, she is grooming her children. How she is grooming her children, you will know that the children will be a problem. Problem to the society. So I blame the parents on this. Ismail, thank you for your message. Victorious Over You is saying that he or she is watching from California and USA, and he's thanking Nigeria Info for this discourse. And he's asking for the phone number. The phone number is 0700 993 993 and if you want to send messages via WhatsApp, the WhatsApp number is 0809 597 5805. Balawan Akimbami on Facebook says, someone gave birth to cultism, so you are going to exonerate that person. It's okay. So here's the thing. Nobody gives birth to a cultist. Nobody gives birth to an armed robber. Nobody gives birth to anything. We all give birth to an innocent, beautiful gift. Now, whatever that person turns out to be is our problem. Is our problem. Okay, so can I take one more call? Can I? Okay, they said I can't. Okay, so I can't take any more calls right now. Like I said, we had to extend this conversation till this very moment. We started at 5 a.m. and it was quite heated at that time as well. So we had a conversation yesterday as regards tradition and religion when it comes to monarchy in the southwest here. I mean, you can't say much about the northern part because religion and their tradition are almost the same. Not in, all the northern part, but, almost the same. Yeah, but in the south here, the south, the southwest, the southeast, it's almost impossible to merge the two together when you see a traditional king, a king of a community, and then still wanting to be a Christian cleric or a Muslim cleric. It's quite difficult to find because before they even ascend to that throne, they are meant to do some certain things, some rituals, some covenants, some practices, some things that we can't even. Okay, so I will leave that to my guest this morning, who will be joining the show at 8 o'clock. Lagos, this conversation we're about to have right now, we had it yesterday. We had Muslim Rights Concern founder, Professor Isaac Akintola. We also had Bishop of Methodist Diocese in Ikeja, Bishop Stephen Adegbite on the show yesterday, and you all clamored to have a traditionalist jump on the conversation. Now we have brought the traditionalist on the show. That's what we're having at 8 o'clock after the news. Stay here. It's a morning crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Radio like you've never known.
What's up, Lagos?
What's up, Lagos?
What's up, Lagos?
Radio for everyday people.
This is Samuel Moses